Colorado High School Activities Association softball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Jocelyn Field. It's another game within the Patriot League as the visiting Sterling Tigers at 10-3-1 take on the 5-6 Brush Bee Diggers. I'm John Beltran as this game is about to get underway with Avery Lefevre in the circle for Brush, pitching to right fielder Haley Emerson. Now Sterling does not have any stats online, so we're not going to worry about that. We'll just tell you she's a left-handed hitter. The pitch, squaring to bunt, lays it down up the first base side, fielded, and the throw to first is going to be late. Wow. I mean, Brianna Ludgate jumped right out of her crouch, but Emerson is so fast that she flew down the line. The play was not even close. It's a base hit, and this team can run. Chris Bull-Braun, my colleague in Sterling, says they are fast. Audrey Reeves is the second hitter. She's the second baseman. Addison Steele hits third, the first baseman. Same lineup as Tuesday when they beat Resurrection Christian in 4 innings, 20-7. Squaring to bunt high, throw to second. It's going to be late on a hop. Aguirre Garcia applying the tag, but way late. A stolen base is the wind could play a factor in this game. The temperature at game time on first pitch, which was brought to you by Buildings by Design, 76 degrees. And the pitch, and that bounces in, runner to third, the throw and the tag, and that should be late, yeah. High tag applied by Lambert at third. I thought the first pitch was a ball, but it was called a strike. Now it's 1-1. 2 stolen bases right off the bat for Emerson. So after Reeves and Steele is Avon Palzer, the cleanup hitter. Reeves awaits. And the changeup is a beauty for a strike. Kevin Fergus, the home plate umpire. Mackenzie Beck bats fifth. Kenna Mraz, the catcher, at sixth. Left fielder Ava Reeves, seventh. Ellie Soper, the shortstop, hits eighth. And Emmy Farquhar, the center fielder, bats ninth. 1-2. Inside with a heat. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tegan Haluskas at first for Brush. Alicia Hernandez at second. Reese Lambert at third. Shortstop is Brisa Aguirre Garcia. Karima Castillo in left, Michelle Headley in center, Molly Wolf in right. Brianna Ludgate behind the plate, and that changeup is outside. Ball 3, strike 2. Game just underway. The Bee Diggers just lost on Tuesday at Lions 6-2. 3-2, the pitch, not even close, up and away. Lefevre did pitch very well on Tuesday. Only 3 walks allowed, and then the ball gets away. And taking second, as I put my head down and scoring, is Haley Emerson. It's 1-0. I'm not even sure what happened there. I was just scoring it. You rarely see anything like that, but the ball must have gotten away. So it's going to be an error on Brush. 1-0. Here is Addison Steele. Strong right-handed hitter. Swung on and grounded foul, third base side. Yeah, this is where it helps having somebody next to me when you have an unusual play like that. But it was simply a walk. The ball was not even put in play off the bat. So runner at second. And the 0-1 pitch. Changeup is upstairs. 3-1 in Patriot League play is Sterling. Again, 10, 1-3 overall. The Bee Diggers are at the bottom, 0-4 in league play. The pitch, and that bounces in. Man, are they aggressive. 2 balls and 1 strike. I believe they stole 12 bases on Tuesday in that 13-run victory over Resurrection Christian. And Lefevre struggling with her control, only 4 strikes and 6 balls. The pitch, swing and a miss. Below the knee, Steele went fishing there, and the count is level at 2-2. To Addison Steele. Palzer waits to hit next. And the offering. Changeup is driven deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's a home run, and it's gone. Well over the left field netted fence. A 2-run shot by Addison Steele in the top of the first inning. Sterling 3, Brush nothing. Had her hands back and drove it down the line. And Karime Castillo, the Brush left fielder, was simply a spectator just watching it fly. Another big, strong right-handed hitter at the plate, Avon Palzer. Yeah, this team can swing it. Again, just 4 innings to win. On Tuesday, the pitch. Up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. So a bunt single, a walk, an error in between, and a 2-run homer. 3-0, the offering. That's on the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, wind or no wind. There was no way that was going to stay in this yard. Lefevre looks in. And the offering swung on and fouled off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here to Avon Palzer. Bay Diggers will not be back in action after today until Tuesday when they host Platte Valley. That's going to be a more winnable game for Brush. One ball and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and tapped. Or did she swing it right into the glove? She did. It was foul tipped, but into the glove of Ludgate. It's a strikeout, 1 down. Here is Mackenzie Beck from the right side. These girls are tall and strong to pitch. Upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Awaiting the pitch is Mackenzie Beck with 1 out and the bases empty. 3-0 Sterling, top of the first. The offering swung on and fouled straight back. And the count leveled at 1 ball and 1 strike. Not sure how many Sterling graduated, but it's certainly not a down year for them. Their biggest victory, I mean, look at one common opponent, still a stunner in Lions. Lions at 12-2. Swung on line, base hit into right field. A solid shot from Mackenzie Beck. Throw to first was made. I'm not sure why. They weren't going to get her there. But a good effort there by Molly Wolf. That'll send up Kenna Mraz. And Tom Odell out there. I don't think he made a change. Either way. Well, now Kevin Fergus out to converse with the head coach of the Bee Diggers. So I'm not sure what happened. It had nothing to do with that play. I don't think it had anything to do with the actual play. So here we go with Mraz stepping in. 1 on, 1 out, 3-0. Sterling, a 2-run homer by Addison Steele. The pitch and the changeup is inside, runner to second on an easy stolen base. That's the pitch you want to steal on. The throw was made, but nothing doing. An easy steal for Mackenzie Beck. 3rd stolen base of the inning for the Tigers. 1 ball and no strikes. And the offering. And a check swing. She went. Our next game on 10-10 is going to be Tuesday against Platte Valley. Brush does play. So correction there. They do play at the Northridge Invitational. A game tomorrow and 2 on Saturday. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the offering. Down and away. Ooh, wow. That's called a strike. Okay, let's advance this game. Must have gotten the knees on the outside corner, 1-2. Oh, if they're going to stretch the strike zone, that could make things interesting and certainly speed up the game. And the offering upstairs. Counted 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kenna Mraz, the 6th place hitter for Sterling. Both teams wearing white jerseys, the Beat Diggers with their black pants and Sterling in their whites. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lefevre to the plate. Changeup is a called strike, 3 at the knees. That was lethal. Mraz was frozen, and it got her right there at the bottom of the zone. 2 down. And that certainly helps the Beat Digger defense when they don't have to play defense if your pitcher's generating strikeouts. Second left-handed hitter of the inning is up there, and the ball gets away. It's a strike right through the glove of Ludgate. A pass ball sends Mackenzie Beck to third with Ava Reeves up there. No balls and 1 strike. Avery starting to find her groove after 3 runs scored. The pitch swung on and lifted foul and out of play off to the left. A late swing for Ava Reeves. Lefevre wearing her customary towel on her right hip pocket, so to speak. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch up and away. 1 and 2. No doubt that Reeves wants to go the other way, just her approach. I mean, she's even looking over there. She's not hiding the fact that she wants to hit the ball to left field. 1 and 2 to the left-handed hitter for Sterling. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch up at the letters, and Avery Lefevre strikes out the side. However, Addison Steele hits a 2-run homer. Sterling with 3 runs in the top half of the first. The Beat Diggers are coming to the plate on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Sterling right-hander Tatum Dempsey will face this lineup for Brush. Brought to you by B&B Appliance. With over 30 years of experience, they can help match the appliances to your needs at 502 Ensign Street in Fort Morgan. Batting first is Avery Lefevre. The second hitter is the second baseman, Alicia Hernandez. Brisa Aguirre Garcia hits third. The cleanup hitters, Reese Lambert. Tegan Haluska, the first baseman, hits fifth. Catcher Brianna Ludgate bats sixth. And then the outfielders 7 through 9. Michelle Headley in center. Karima Castillo in left hits eighth. And Molly Wolf in right hits ninth. Defensively, Addison Steele's at first. Audrey Reeves at second. Avon Palzer's the third baseman. Ellie Soper in between them at short. Ava Reeves in left. Emmy Farquhar in center. Haley Emerson in right. And here's the pitch. Swung on and grounded foul. Up the first base side. From Avery Lefevre. The Beat Diggers had 4 hits against Lions, but 3 of those came in the 7th when they were down 6-1 and lost 6-2. The offering swung on and lifted down the right field line and drifting to her right, and it's off the glove of the right fielder. Actually, Haley Emerson had it in her glove. Now to third. The throw's going to get away, and Lefevre's going to score. That's going to be a double error. It was dropped by Emerson, and I said to her right. It was to her left along the line, and then the ball was thrown away as Lefevre was racing towards third. So that's 2 errors, no RBI, and it's 3-1. That was a sloppy defensive play. Wow, that's a very easy play to make, even though she was on the run, but dropped the ball. 2 errors on the same player. And you rarely see that. But a drop fly, and then the ball was thrown away, allowing Lefevre to score. Here is Alicia Hernandez, and the pitch is up and away. One ball and no strikes, and that one is outside as well. 2-0. The offering. High, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. The offering. Down the middle for a strike. It's 3-1. Here to Alicia Hernandez. Swung on and grounded foul along the third base side. Yeah, this is a first-year pitcher in Tatum Dempsey. They had Reagan Farringer. I believe she was a 3-year starting pitcher and very effective. Now Brush, playing a Sterling team that has been on a roll, swung on, grounded foul up the third base side. Sterling trailed early 2-0 against Resurrection Christian on Tuesday. Stole 12 bases. Ellie Soper had, I believe it was 5 RBIs in a 20-7 victory. They're that explosive. 3-2 to Hernandez. The pitch. Swung on, popped foul and out of play. Addison Steele with a 2-run homer in the top of the first inning. That's the difference right now. And again, no base hit scored for Lefevre on a drop fly ball from Emerson, the right fielder, who threw it away. The pitch. Swung on deep to left field. Forget about it. That's going to be a home run for Alicia Hernandez. She got all of that softball. She drilled that as far as Addison Steele did in the top of the first inning. And the Bead Diggers draw to within 1. 3-2. That was a majestic shot. And Ava Reeves just had a long look at that softball. No play on that one. Is it going to be this type of game? 5 runs scored and still nobody out for the Bead Diggers after Sterling had 3 in the first, so 5 combined. So those batting averages starting to go up. Well, at least certainly for Alicia. The pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner to Brisa Aguirre Garcia. We'll get updated with the Brush Bead Diggers, and they're hitting the pitch. Up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Brisa struck out a couple of times against Lions. That was tough against Cece Charavelli, who had 14 strikeouts. The pitch, and that is upstairs. Ball 2, strike 1. Yeah, Brisa's looking below the hands. Something below the hands. The pitch. Nope, that's upstairs again. 3-1. You can tell she's frustrated. She doesn't want to walk. Not at all. She wants to swing away. 3-1 for the junior shortstop. The offering. Swung on and lifted into shallow left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Oh, man, speed by the center fielder. Emmy Farquhar nearly got to that softball but couldn't get to it. And the Bead Diggers have their second hit of the inning on a pop fly single from Brisa Aguirre Garcia. That'll send up Reese Lambert. This could be the first of 15 runs the way it's going. And the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul territory. First base side, caught by Addison Steele right in front of the Bead Digger dugout. 1 down. Here comes Tegan Haluska. And she did not have a good game whatsoever. Not a good game at all against Lions. Struck out, I believe, 3 times. 0-1 that pitch inside. Anyway, the Bead Diggers came into this game with a .386 team average. The pitch. That is off the plate, and taking off for second is Aguirre Garcia. Slides in head first. There was no throw. My gosh. That's the way to hurt yourself. And that is as dirty a uniform as you're going to get. It'll be a pass ball on Kenna Mraz. 2 balls and no strikes. Sterling, 3 brush, 2 home runs on each side. The pitch, very high. Yeah, you can tell that Tatum Dempsey is not a natural pitcher. Has a very loopy delivery. Has to tighten that up a lot. The offering, and she rolled that in there. It's a walk. That's exactly what Haluska needed, just to get some confidence. after the struggles against Lions. Brianna Ludgate now steps in. Runners at first and second, one out. Righty against righty. The pitch. Swung on line, base hit into center field. Akira Garcia steps on third, headed towards the plate. The throw is up the first base side. Now she's going to go back to third. No throw. And the bases are loaded. She took a wide turn at third and then held up at the last second. That would have been a very close play at the plate. And the bases are loaded for Michelle Headley. And her spot is going to right field. If she can go to right, that is her area. Without question. The offering. Swung on, that ball is grounded right side, and a flip to second for one. Throw to first is late. It'll score a run on the 4-6 fielder's choice from Reeves to Soper. And the game is deadlocked at 3. Hard ground ball hit by Headley. And here is Karime Castillo looking to give the Beat Diggers the lead. Very entertaining first inning. Castillo hitting .368, so just below the team average, but that's a solid number 8 hitter. Tatum Dempsey delivers, and that is a strike. Throw back to third, and then the ball gets away into left field. That's going to send the runner home, and the trail runner Headley to third. She'll score, or check that. Ludgate scores. And the Beat Diggers lead 4-3. Third error of the inning on Sterling. That one's on the catcher, Mraz. Yeah, I don't know why you make that play. And check it, Haluska scored, so I had the wrong player scoring either way. You've got Headley at third, Haluska crosses home plate. Castillo awaits the pitch. Down the middle for a strike, it's 0-2. Very sloppy first inning for Sterling. And the offering. Swung on and fisted towards first. And it's fielded over there by Steele. She'll step on the bag. And that will end a very intriguing first inning. While the Beat Diggers in the frame are able to score 4 runs on 3 hits. This is a 10-win team in Sterling that committed 3 errors, and the Beat Diggers left 1 on base. Let's head to the second inning from Jocelyn Field and Brush. It's Brush 4, Sterling 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 5 errors, make it 4, were committed in the first inning. 3 by Sterling, 1 by Brush. The Beat Diggers lead 4-3. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, but this lineup doesn't have any holes in it for Sterling. Ellie Soper, Emmy Farquhar, and Haley Emerson. Soper again had the big stick on Tuesday in the 13-run 4-inning victory in Sterling against Resurrection Christian. Avery Lefevre delivers, and that one is a strike at the top of the zone. No balls and 1 strike. This will be a pitcher strike zone throughout the game. Lefevre to the plate. Swung on and lined up the middle for a base hit into center. And that is base hit number 4 for Sterling. The Beat Diggers had 3 in the bottom of the first inning. Here is Emmy Farquhar. Farquhar, another right-handed hitter, the center fielder for Sterling. Almost looks a little timid up there. Let's see how her approach is. The pitch, squaring to bunt, takes it high. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, after that first inning, we could be here for a couple of hours, unless the defenses clean up. Soper at first. And the pitch, squaring to bunt, and lays it down third base side, foul. And Farquhar got to first base like 5 seconds ago. She is fast. All you got to do is lay this thing down in play. They've already got a bunt single from the on-deck hitter, Haley Emerson. who unfortunately had a mishap for her in the bottom of the first inning, dropping a fly ball and then throwing it away for a double error, scoring Lefevre the pitch, squaring to bunt, and it's up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lefevre delivers, squaring to bunt again, fouls it to the screen. 2-2. More than likely now swinging away, but she is the 9-hitter. Sometimes they'll have those 9-hitters bunt either way, and they'll trust them in that situation. 2-2. The pitch outside. Nice backhanded stab by Ludgate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brush and Yuma tomorrow night. Kickoff at 7 o'clock with Tyler Carmen and Ron Albo. 3-2 with nobody out and a runner at first. The pitch. That is a called strike 3. The ball is dropped by Ludgate. Stolen base for Soper. 4th stolen base for Sterling. 1 down. And that is strikeout number 4 for Avery Lefevre. And keep in mind that Sterling has not put the ball in play where the Beatdiggers have retired a hitter. Everything has been via the strikeout. Emerson with a bunt single and scored. Left-handed hitter for Sterling. Avery to the plate. Right there on the outer half for a strike. Belt high, it's 0-1. Lefevre gaining more confidence in the circle, a lot more confidence. Second baseman Hernandez is playing in. She's going to have to play closer to the batter if she's bracing for a bunt. The pitch, down and away, runner to third, and nobody's there. That's because Lambert was playing in. Well, you've got to communicate there. I mean, you are giving Soper the stolen base. Yeah, if the third baseman is playing in, then your shortstop better play closer to the bag, and that didn't happen at all. The third base bag. 1 ball, 1 strike. The offering. Upstairs, 2-1. Infield playing in on the right side. Brisa is back on the left side at short. The pitch. Swung on, lined up the middle for a base hit. It was nearly stabbed by the pitcher Lefevre. Scoring is Ellie Soper, and the game is tied at 4 in the second inning. Here's Audrey Reeves. She walked and scored on the 2-run homer by the on-deck hitter Addison Steele. The pitch squaring to bunt, and the changeup is bunted foul. Well, Sterling might be decent at bunting this season, but today they have been pretty bad after the leadoff single from Emerson. That's 4 bunts in a row that they have failed to put in play. No balls and 1 strike to Audrey Reeves. Tied at 4 in the top of the second inning. And the pitch, and that is low, and that's a stolen base off the glove of Ludgate, but Emerson was taking off anyway. Man, they're going to have double digits in steals by the 3rd or 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out, the pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt. Emerson to third, the throw is going to be late. Another stolen base for Sterling. And I don't know why Reeves swung at that pitch. Now the infield is playing in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Man, it's early to play the infield in, but Coach Odell does this regardless. Doesn't matter, he always does it. The pitch, and that's high, a little bit high. I was trying to say upstairs and high at the same time. 2-2. 44 pitches so far by Lefevre to record just 4 outs. Emerson at third. She's got 4 stolen bases already in the first 2 innings. The pitch, Swung on, grounded, and a diving stab by the shortstop, Brisa Aguirre Garcia, but it's a base hit. No play. Emerson scores. It's 5-4. She was able to stop it, but no way. And that's the only way she was going to get it, with a dive. And the fields are so short in softball. It's not like baseball where you can dive on the left side and throw to first and retire the hitter. In softball, that's a lot harder. Steele with a 2-run homer in her first plate appearance. The pitch, low, runner to second, throw on one hop is late. And another stolen base, this one from Audrey Reeves. Steele's got a nice, fluid swing. Lefevre looks in. The pitch, swung on, that ball's grounded to third. Lambert looks back at second, throws to first for the out, and the runner to third off that throw, 2 down. So Steele is retired. And with Reeves at third, here's Avon Palzer, who struck out swinging. And that's the first time a Tiger has been retired other than a strikeout. Whichever defense and pitcher gets into more of a rhythm is going to win this game, because the hitting is there. Swung on and lifted towards center field. That's a base hit. Throw's going to be to first. Ball gets away, but Haluska will chase it down. Palzer delivers, Reeves scores, and Sterling has reclaimed the lead at 5-4, and that was just fisted out there. Just a little looper placed in the perfect spot. Mackenzie Beck with a base hit to right field in the first. The pitch bounces in, scooped up by Ludgate. 1 ball and no strikes. Kenna Mraz is in the on-deck circle. And the pitch swung on, that's grounded to short. Brisa's got it, underhand toss to second. And the play is made for the force. And that will end the top half of the second inning. For Sterling, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors and 1 left. To the bottom of the second in 1 minute. Sterling 5, Brush 4 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, I was looking at the scoreboard and should have been looking at my own notes. Sterling with a 6-4 lead. 6-4, they scored 3 runs in each of the first 2 innings. So 6-4 is the score. And the Bee Diggers will send up the 9-hitter Molly Wolf. Yeah, Soper crossed home plate on the base hit from Emerson. And then Reeves later scored as well. 6-4 is the official score. Wolf, Lefevre, and Hernandez in the bottom of the second inning against right-hander Tatum Dempsey. You're going to have to match them almost run for run. The pitch, swing and a miss. A very late swing from Wolf, who had 2 of the 4 hits against Lions in the 6-2 loss on Tuesday. Wolf hitting 118. The offering, and that's upstairs. You know what? I'm not even sure they've updated. I don't think they've updated from the Tuesday game. So we're just going to stay off the team stats, or the fouled back, or from what should have been the updated stats individually. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sterling with 6 runs on 7 hits. They've committed 3 errors, left 2 on base. 4 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 1 left on base for Brush. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by Molly Wolf. She strikes out. 1 down for Avery Lefevre. Lefevre hit that fly ball down the right field line that Haley Emerson was right there to catch. Popped out of her glove, then threw it away, resulting in a run as Lefevre scored on the same at bat. A 2-error 4-bagger that made it 3-1 at the time. Yeah, again, whichever pitcher can start retiring hitters, the offering, that is a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. From the tall right-hander Dempsey to Lefevre. The pitch, low, off the glove of Mraz, 2-0. Sterling certainly brought their contingent 45 miles east. Well, 35 of Brush, 45 of the studio in Fort Morgan, which doesn't matter. The pitch, right there at the knees. But called a ball. I mean, that same pitch was called a strike earlier, 3-0. And Lefevre awaits, and that one is inside a 4-pitch walk. Yeah, so far what you got to look at here, the stolen bases, 8 of them so far by Sterling, 8. That is stunning. The Bead Diggers do not have a stolen base as of yet, but Lefevre can run. Alicia Hernandez homered her first time up. The pitch upstairs, throw back to first, and back and diving is Lefevre. Steele attempted to apply the tag, 1 ball and no strikes. And the offering, swung on and grounded for a base hit into left field. Man, we're partially blocked off here. It's a base hit by Hernandez. People keep moving around. First and second, Lefevre advancing to second. That'll send up Brisa Aguirre Garcia. Brisa stepping in. The pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Brisa with a base hitter first time up. The pitch, and that's down and away. Lefevre nearly took off for third. Almost had to clear some traffic here so we could do the broadcast. 2-0. There is plenty of seating here at Joslyn Field. Plenty of seating. 2-0 pitch, down and in. And Tatum Dempsey really struggling. 19 balls, 19 strikes. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. With Reese Lambert waiting to hit next. Let's see if Brisa is going to be taking the pitch. And that's taken for a strike on the outer half, belt high. 3-1. 6-4 Sterling. 1 out, 2 on. Bottom of the second inning. The pitch. And that is up and away. It's a walk, and the bases are loaded. For Reese Lambert. Lambert popped out into foul territory her first time up. Let's see if she can display some power. The pitch. That is below the knees, 1-0. The offering. Not even close. Up and away, 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, boy. This is going to be tough to watch if we don't see strikes, on, especially on the Sterling end now. 2-0. Up and away, 3 balls and no strikes. Got to have the take sign now, and I think Coach Odell making sure that Lambert does not swing. 3-0 with the bases loaded. The offering right there for a strike down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now you swing away. At 3-1, the pitch. That is strike 2, outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and lined off the pitcher, and it's picked up the flip to the plate for the forced throw to third. Why did she do that? Safe. Or did they call her safe at the plate? No, I thought she was out at the plate. Let's see. What is the call at home? I thought it was called out at home. It's still showing 1 out and 7-4, so they're scoring it incorrectly on the board. There were 2 calls. The scoreboard is all screwed up. Now they've got 9-4. They don't know what's going on there. I think they called her safe. The throw clearly beat the base runner Lefevre, but all right, we're going to say, yeah, 6-5. That'll just be a fielder's choice. Scoring the run. Still only 1 out. Here's Haluska, who walked. That's a strike on the outside corner. Yeah, they've got that scoreboard is all wrong. They've got it at 9-5 when it should be 6-5. The pitch, down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike to Tegan Haluska. With the bases loaded. The pitch, swing and a miss. She does not look good up there at all. Pulling her right hip and not going with the pitch, and she was looking so good for the first several games. 1-2, the offering, swung on and tapped foul. To the backstop, remains at 1-2. He's got a really pretty swing, but got to step into it and not try to pull it. Now the board is right at 6-5. And the offering, that is a called strike 3. Perfect pitch on the outside corner at the knees, and Haluska's caught looking. 2 down. Brianna Ludgate had a solid single to center. Hernandez, Aguirre, Garcia, and Lambert's on the bases. The pitch, swing and a miss. That pitch was up and away. Went fishing there, 0-1. Big situation for Dempsey if she can get out of it. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch, that's right there. That was a better pitch than the first one. 0-2. And the pitch. And that one's off the glove. And here comes Aguirre Garcia making Hernandez to the plate. She's going to score. Aguirre Garcia to third. And we're tied at 6. That'll be a wild pitch. Well, a chance for the lead. With a base hit by Ludgate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The offering outside. 2-2. Tatum Dempsey with 2 runners in scoring position. Delivers high. Ball 3, strike 2. Here we go. This is a big payoff pitch. Here it is. Swung on and lifted to left field. That is shallow. That's going to drop for a hit. 2 runs are going to score. Throw to the plate is going to be late. As sliding in safely is Reese Lambert behind Brisa Aguirre Garcia. And Ludgate delivers its 8-6 brush. And she went to second on the throw home. Just a lofty single out there. Michelle Headley now hits. Headley digging in from the right side. With the exception of the Lions game, every brush softball game is going to take a long time this year. At least it has so far. 14 runs. We're not even through the first 2 innings. Lions, check that. Sterling with 3 in each of the first 2 innings, and the Bee Diggers have 4 in the first and 4 so far in the second. And Dempsey does not look sharp. The pitch, that is a strike. Top of the zone to Michelle Headley. It's 0-1. Headley hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice her first time up. And the pitch, swing and a miss. It is 0-2. And the offering. Swung on and lined into right center field. That's a base hit. Rounding third and scoring to make it 9-6 as the ball gets away with Headley to second. Is the courtesy runner for Brush. And Michelle Headley delivers. Here's Karime Castillo. So that's a big swing. A huge swing there for Headley. Swung on and grounded to short, charging as Soper. Fires to first, and the ball is dropped by Steele. Rounding third and scoring is Headley. That's another error by Sterling. And the Bee Diggers lead 10-6. That was a perfect throw by Soper. I don't know how she dropped the ball. No RBI. And Molly Wolf will now hit. By the way, the courtesy runner that scored was Angelique Schrum earlier. Sterling has committed 4 errors. Molly Wolf struck out swinging. I don't know what Steele was doing. That's a perfect throw. The pitch way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, we still have plenty of softball to go, but what a huge victory it would be if the Bee Diggers can hold on. But you've got 5 at-bats left for the Tigers, but you've scored 10 runs in the first 2 innings. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch in the dirt. It's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to Molly Wolf. 6 have scored, and that one bounces up there. A walk. And Tatum Dempsey has issued 4 walks. Conversely, Lefevre has issued just 1. This is the 11th hitter of the inning. And it's one of your best hitters in Lefevre. The pitch, up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. And the offering. Swung on. That ball is laced to the second baseman, right through into right field. Rounding third and scoring the 11th run for the Bee Diggers in an 8-run inning, a 7-run inning. To make it 11-6 is Karime Castillo. Call that a base hit. It was hit very sharply towards second. A makeable play, but that was rocketed out there. Alicia Hernandez singled earlier in the inning. She's also homered. The pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Hernandez. The offering, swung on and grounded to third. Should be a routine play. Throw to first is right there. That time it was executed. Palzer to Steele. And that ends the inning. But a very bad one for Sterling. 7 runs on 4 hits for Brush. A humongous error. And a base runner left as we head to the third. It is Brush in the lead. I've got 11-6. They got 12-6. All right, we'll have to clarify this on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
If you're passionate about learning the criminal justice system,
Let's head to the top of the third inning. The Bee Diggers did indeed score 8 runs. It was a 5-3 putout, and that is low. Now we're going to get another clarification of the score. Yeah, I've got 11-6 too. Now somebody. All right, I've got 11-6 as well. So who's the scorekeeper here? 1 ball and no strikes to Mraz. The pitch, swing and a miss. Lefevre threw it right by her. That's what I've got. 7 runs in the frame, and then the Brush scoreboard clarified that it should be 11-6 and not 12-6. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Bee Diggers did score 7 runs in that frame. Again, we have conflicting. Swung on and grounded for a base hit into left field beyond the diving Brisa Aguirre Garcia on a changeup. Yeah, one saying it's 12, the other saying it's 11. The board has 12, but the official scorekeeper for Brush says it's 11. And Mraz is 1 for 2. And it still says 12 on the board, so we'll see. Yeah, I did not have Molly Wolf scoring in that inning, so 2 should have been left, not 1. Ava Reeves struck out her first time up. And the pitch, low, 1 ball and no strikes. This is 10-10 KSIR Brush, Fort Morgan, Weldona. 1 ball and no strikes to Ava Reeves. Lefevre to the plate. Inside throw to second, the tag, and out at second base. There was not even a slide there. Not even a slide as the tag was applied by Brisa Aguirre Garcia. And that courtesy runner, Beret, was nailed at second. 1 out. And 1-1 to the hitter, Ava Reeves. The pitch, and that bounces in there. Now the scoreboard says 11-6. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I mean, you certainly got a slide on if you're stealing. 2 balls, 1 strike, bases empty, 11-6. Bee Diggers top 3. The offering, that's right there for a strike dropped by Ludgate, but it's 2-2. Lefevre again was all over the strike zone on Tuesday, doing much of the same now after having a little issue in the first inning. Should say 2-2, not 3-1, and that board's been off the whole game. Upstairs, nope, I guess it was 3-1. Well, then I missed it. Now it's a walk, and here's Ellie Soper, who singled her first time up. We have not come close to anything resembling a 1-2-3 inning. The pitch, squaring to bunt, lays it down third base side, fielded by Lambert, throwing the run is going to be, is that in time? Throw to third with a runner going back to second. Yeah, it's an out. Good play by Lambert. I'm telling you, Haluska's pulling her foot off the bag. That happened, and when they called a Lions hitter out on Tuesday, it looked like she pulled her foot, did it again there, but the call was made, and it's an out call. Excellent play by Lambert at third. 2 down. Yeah, Reese Lambert has been very impressive at third base the last couple of games. There's Emmy Farquhar, struck out her first time up. Lefevre getting the sign. The pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul territory. The catcher, Ludgate, dives. Oh, off her glove. Oh, nearly made an incredible play near the on-deck circle. An athletic play by Ludgate, but off her glove is just 0-1. And she got a great jump off that crouch and nearly made a perfect basket catch. No balls and 1 strike on Farquhar. 11-6 Brush, top of the third inning. Lefevre delivers. Check swing, did not go on a ball that was low. 1-1. The line score is all over the place. 11 runs, 7 hits for Brush, 6 runs, 8 hits for Sterling. The Tigers with 4 miscues. The Bead Diggers with only 1. And the 1-1. At the knees, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Emmy Farquhar, the number 9 hitter. That's why you have to get her and have Emerson lead off the 4th inning, considering Emerson has 4 stolen bases. That is a called strike 3 on the inside corner, and Avery Lefevre continues to pitch very well for the Bead Diggers. And how about this? No runs in a half inning. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and a base runner left at scoring position. 2 1/2 innings are in the books in a very methodically moving game. In Brush, it's Brush 11, Sterling 6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bead Diggers know they have to continue hitting, leading 11-6, going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brisa Aguirre Garcia is 1 for 1, but has been on base twice, a single and a walk. She has 2 of Brush's 3 homers this season. The other was hit in the 1st inning by Alicia Hernandez. As she steps in against the right-hander, Dempsey, the pitch. That is just above the letters, 1 ball and no strikes. The way Lefevre is pitching at Brush just keeps tacking on. They can win this thing, the pitch. And that hit her on the left elbow on the changeup. She just stood there. It's not going to hurt you when it's going that slow. And here is Reese Lambert, 0 for 2 with a pop out and a fielder's choice. Hitting out of the 4-hole. The pitch, high, 1 ball and no strikes. That's a way to slow down, by the way, the Sterling running game, keep them off the bases. The pitch, up and away, throw back to first, and back and diving is Brisa. 2 balls and no strikes. Brisa's a very aggressive base runner. And a smart one at that, 2-0 to Reese Lambert. The offering very high again. I don't know if Dempsey's going to last. She has thrown 70 pitches, and 36 of them are balls. And she has walked 4. She has walked 5 very high and hit a batter. So Lambert is on. Haluska walked and struck out. This might be a good time for a bunt. A very good time for a bunt. Let's see what Coach Odo has in store. The pitch, down and away, 1 ball and no strike. She's swinging away. I don't think it's the swing as much as the footwork in the box lately, but the swing is usually very good. The pitch, and that one bounces in and bounces up the third base side. Runners advance on the wild pitch. And I'm surprised nobody's gone out there to talk to Dempsey. 2 balls and no strikes. Now does Haluska take? You've had 7 straight out of the zone. The pitch, swung on and missed. Yeah, there's something going on with, I don't know, something. The swing is good, but the footwork is off. 2-1. Got to step right into it. The offering, that is up and in. The throw back to third, and back in is Aguirre Garcia. 3 balls and 1 strike to Haluska, the RBI leader for this team going into the game. The pitch, swing and a miss. I don't know what she was looking at there. That pitch was above the letters. It would have been ball 4, and the bases would have been loaded for Ludgate, but she still has a shot at 3-2. And the offering, swing and a miss. Right down the middle and was late. Haluska strikes out. Yeah, something has happened the last couple of games because she was so good. And now, and that happens to hitters. You lose your sting and your rhythm. Ludgate is 2 for 2. The pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner, on the extreme outside corner. Runners at second and third, one down, bottom three. The Beet Diggers lead Sterling 11-6. The offering very high, 1-1, and maybe gets Dempsey back into the rhythm after striking out Haluska. 1 ball and 1 strike. Squaring to bunt and lays it down foul third base side. Quite frankly, that ball was coming in on her chest. That was coming in on her. Ludgate will now swing away with Michelle Headley on deck. The pitch, swing and a miss. On a pitch tailing away, that's 2 consecutive strikeouts as Ludgate goes down for the first time, but she is 2 for 3. Headley, a fielder's choice in a single. Now you need her. Beet Diggers cannot waste an opportunity with second and third and nobody out. Can Headley come through against Tatum Dempsey? The pitch, swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. 0-1. Well, we've had some Beet Diggers swing at balls in this inning. The offering swung on and grounded to second, backing up, throwing to first in time, and retiring Michelle Headley for the final out is Audrey Reeves. And just like that, the Beet Diggers had second and third on a hit batter and a walk and nobody out, and do not score in this third inning. We head to the fourth. It's Brush 11, Sterling 6 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Now let's head to the fourth inning. The Beet Diggers lead Sterling by a score of 11-6 in Brush, and neither team scored in the third inning. Maybe that'll get this game rolling along a little bit quicker. Haley Emerson is 2 for 2 with 4 stolen bases. Left-handed hitter. The pitch from Lefevre, and that is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, it took an hour and 7 minutes to play 3 innings. Let's see if we can somehow accelerate the last 4 innings. It's a long one so far. Looking in is Lefevre, and the wind is really gusting. The temperature has dropped 5 degrees, bounces that in. Avery's got to make sure that she stays in rhythm. She's only walked 2. She has struck out 5. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, oh boy, that was rolled up there again, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes, and the Beet Diggers have played very good defense the past 2 games. So the pitching and defense have come together nicely as the wind is starting to gust even more. The pitch, that's right there for a strike. Right on the outer half belt high. Because here's the thing, if Emerson gets on, she's going to be on third base immediately. She's too fast. You got to pitch to her. 3 balls and 1 strike. Audrey Reeves waits to hit next. The pitch, swung on and grounded foul, first base side. 3-2. Well, there must be weather in Denver. The Rockies and Giants postponed tonight. There's supposed to be weather here in the early evening, and hopefully we will not see it until then. 3-2 to Emerson. Got to come in with 1. Evier Lefevre, the pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle, base hit center field. And the ball gets through Michelle Headley, and Wolf backs up. And that's going to be a single and an error. I don't know why Michelle just didn't stop. She kept charging as if there were a play. Just stopped. The ball's hit that hard. Went right underneath her glove, and the Beet Diggers have committed their second error of the game. But nice job of Lefevre coming back. And at least allowing Emerson to hit. Here's Audrey Reeves, walked and singled. Yeah, you know that scoreless innings are not going to happen a lot in this game, as it did in the third. The pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Stubbs, gas and oil. Get all your travel accessories, gas and food, I-76 and exit 66A in Wiggins. And the pitch in the dirt, going to third. The throw, the tag, and safe. Lambert applied the tag, but sliding on the outside of the bag was Emerson, her 5th stolen base. And 2-0 to Audrey Reeves. Reeves awaits the pitch. The Bee Diggers, no, they don't need to play in with a 5-run lead. Now they're backing off a little bit. You can play maybe halfway, but not in. This is a 5-run lead, not a deficit. And they're backing off just a bit, which is the right thing to do. You don't need to cut this run off at the plate. You need to get outs. 2-0. Right there for a strike on the inner half, just below letter level. It's 2-1. Brush scored 7 runs in the second after 4 in the first. Sterling with 3 runs in each of the first 2 frames, 11-6. No out, a runner at third. The pitch, swing and a miss to it right by Reeves. It's 2-2. Lefevre picked up some velocity on that pitch. Almost need a jacket now for this wind and dropping temp. And the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Swung on and tapped foul, third base side. Remains at 2-2. Saw the movie The Hill yesterday. What a great movie. Baseball movie, a faith-based movie. Awesome movie, The Hill. It's playing at the Covert tonight for one last time. Swung on and popped up into left center field. Headley to her right, and the outfielders collide. The ball is going to drop, and now to third is Reeves, and that will be an error. That is horrible communication, horrendous, between Castillo and Headley. It hit the glove, I believe, of Headley, and the ball dropped after the collision. And it wasn't much of a collision. They were standing next to each other, but nobody called each other off. Yeah, that is awful. And it's now 11-7. That is scored a sac fly with an error. Here's Addison Steele, and the changeup is a strike. Oh, that is so frustrating. I'm sorry. So frustrating to watch. Somebody just talk. And the hitter gets to third on that one because she was running all the way. Steele homered and grounded out. The pitch bounces up there, blocked by Ludgate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And again, I don't know who's controlling the scoreboard, but that's a challenge altogether. Clearly a run scored. It's 11-7. And the count up there is 3-2 instead of 1-1. There should just be just turn that thing off. The pitch down and in, 2-1. Avon Palzer waits to hit next. We've had a combined 7 errors in the game. The Bee Diggers have committed 2 in this inning, and there's still nobody out. The pitch swung on and popped into deep center. Michelle Headley's going back. She falls, and it goes right over her head near the fence. Rounding second is Steele, and there will be no play at third. That'll be a straight-up triple. But if Headley doesn't fall, I think she makes the catch. But you can't assume the catch, and it's 11-8. And Michelle Headley is having a very difficult inning. An error on a base hit, then a collision with Castillo, and then stumbling to the ground on a fly ball. And Avery Lefevre could have had 2 outs in the inning. Easy. Instead, nobody out. And Palzer has struck out and singled. So here she steps in. Righty against righty. And the pitch swung on and grounded to third. Lambert to her left, fires to first for the out. The run scores as Steele crosses home plate. Palzer with the RBI, and it's now 11-9. But the Bee Diggers finally record an out in the inning. Here is Mackenzie Beck, single and a fielder's choice. And the pitch, foul to the backstop. No balls and 1 strike. Sterling has their third 3-run inning in this game, including each of the first 2 innings. And Lefevre to the plate. Swung on and fouled off to the right, well out of play. It was nice and warm and sunny to begin the game. Now it's still relatively warm at 71 degrees, but it's dropping. And again, the Rockies were postponed tonight, so that weather's already come into Denver. No balls and 2 strikes. Mackenzie Beck choking up on that bat a bit. The pitch, changeup bounces in. 1-2 to Mackenzie Beck. Right-handed hitter for Sterling. 20 combined runs, 7 combined errors. And the pitch, swung on and driven down the right field line, will drop for a base hit. Beck is around first, and she collides with Haluska, and now the throw in the tag, and I think they're not going to record the out. They're going to call that fielder's interference. The tag was made for the out, but they're going to say that's interference on Haluska. Yeah, and that's the right call by Kevin Fergus. She'll be awarded a double. It's been a tough game for a couple of Bee Diggers, offensively and defensively. And we can say the same about some Sterling Tigers as well. Just a very awkward game. Kenna Mraz has struck out and singled. 1 for 2 in the game. We thought maybe, okay, the defenses will pick up a bit, as Lefevre's been throwing strikes, but just has not been. And quite frankly, I think Beck would have had 2 bases anyway, even with that throw from Wolf, because Haluska was just in a baseline. Lefevre delivers, swung on and fouled off the end of the bat, cued up the first base side towards the Digger dugout. It's 0-1, and she's the tying run. Sterling was up 3-0 after half an inning. Bee Diggers went up 4-3, trailed 6-4, grabbed an 11-6 lead. Neither team scored in the third, and Sterling threatening to score more than the 3 they have so far in the fourth. And the 0-1 fouled off the end of the bat again. Mraz is swinging too early. She waits on that pitch like Beck did and goes down the right side. It would be a base hit, but she's way too early. No balls and 2 strikes. Need an out if you're the Bee Diggers. Setting up at the outside corner is Ludgate. 5 strikeouts for Lefevre. Low, runner to third, the throw, the tag, out at third base. That was a late jump by Beck, and she was gunned down at third. And 2 down. I mean, they stole 8 bases in the first 2 innings. That was a little risky, without question. Second caught stealing of the game. And the pitch, swung on, hit in the air to right field. Wolf coming in, and she stumbled. It's a base hit. I'm not sure what's going on out there. We've had 2 outfielders stumble. One fell, the other one did not fall, but still a base hit for Kenna Mraz, her second of the game. Ava Reeves, left-handed hitter, struck out and walked. And we'll have a courtesy runner for Sterling. See if we can pick up on that number over at first base. Oh, now that courtesy runner somehow is going back to the dugout for some reason. All right, I don't know. I guess it's the wrong courtesy runner. Yeah. Must be the wrong courtesy runner. Yeah, that's Beret at first. Either way, 2 out, 1 on. And 11-9. And Reeves awaits. Up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. We might take close to an hour and a half to play half the game. Oh my gosh. Wow. And the pitch. Low, runner to second, no throw. A stolen base for Beret. And 2 balls and no strikes. There was a day, and that was called last year, when these games would go a lot quicker, a lot more watchable. This is just a long, drawn out, swung on, grounded up the middle, base hit into center field. Beret steps on third, throw to the plate. It's going to be cut off. Now runner to second, and safe is Ava Reeves with a base hit in the RBI. Sterling has 4 across in the 4th inning, and the Bead Diggers now lead 11-10. Of course, no surprise, the scoreboard has it 12-9, but yeah, we need somebody new. They can't be doing that. Here's Ellie Soper, singled and grounded out. Yeah, they need somebody qualified to run that board. I'm sorry, I know it's tough, but you can't keep making those mistakes the whole game. The pitch, strike down the middle, belt high, it's 0-1. 11-10, there you go. This is the number 8 hitter. Lefevre ready. And the offering. Swung on, that's grounded to the second baseman, Hernandez. The throw to first, and thank goodness that we finally have the end of this half inning. And I think I felt some raindrops there. 4 runs on 5 hits. 2 Bead Digger errors and 1 left. 3.5 innings are in the books. And it's starting to get cloudy in Brush. It is Brush 11, Sterling 10 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Now the Bead Diggers are going to have to face a left-handed pitcher in Ava Reeves. As going to left field now is Tatum Dempsey. The Bead Diggers lead by a score of 11-10. And really, that last inning killed them, not only defensively, but even in the third. Swing and a miss. And Reeves, she just threw a nasty pitch on the inside corner. Karime Castillo, Molly Wolf, and Avery Lefevre. Castillo grounded out and reached on an error. And the offering. Swung on, grounded to first. Easy play for Steele. A 2-hopper, steps on the bag, 1 out. Yeah, this is going to be more of a challenge for the Bead Diggers. Dempsey did not have it. Molly Wolf has struck out and walked. Yeah, there's no doubt that this pitcher looks a lot better than Dempsey. And that pitch is a strike down the middle. The way she's thrown to the first 2 hitters, you wonder why Reeves didn't start the game. But let's see if she can sustain it. That's the other thing. The offering. Up and in off the glove of Mirage to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. 11 runs for Brush on 7 hits. They've committed 3 errors and left 4 on base. Sterling 10 runs, 13 hits, 4 errors, and 4 LOBs. Swing and a miss. That looked like a sinker. Oh, man, did that have some action on it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And with this wind, everything's going to be moving. To Molly Wolf. Reeves to the plate. Up and in. Brought some heat to the right fielder for Brush, who's 0 for 1. 2-2 to Wolf. The offering. Down and away. Well, maybe that's why. Again, is it sustainable? 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wolf awaits. The pitch. Swung on and lifted in the infield right side. Caught by the first baseman Steele to her right. 2 down. Avery Lefevre has reached on an error, walked and singled. Well, I don't know what hurt worse for Brush. The 4-run inning for Sterling, or the fact they had first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the third, up 11-6, and failed to score. Because that's coming home to roost right now. Lefevre takes a pitch a little bit high. And she's up there with 2 down and the base is empty. 1 ball and no strikes. And again, the Bee Diggers just put the ball in play twice, but to no avail. And it's which defense is going to pick up their game, and it's not been good yet. Very high, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Avery Lefevre. The pitch, not even close, 3-0. I don't think she's pitching around her, especially with the bases empty. 3 balls and no strikes. That's down the middle, strike 1. 3-1 to Lefevre. The senior awaits the offering. Down and away. She's on base for the 4th consecutive time in the game. Alicia Hernandez has homered, singled, and grounded out. Oh, they could use a big swing from her right now. A real big swing. The pitch. That is a ball just outside. Well, the one thing I'll say about this pitcher, Reeves, she works quickly, and I like that. That'll help her defense as well. The offering. Swung on and grounded up the middle. That's a fielded by the second baseman. Throw to first and off the glove of the first baseman. Steele. Another error on Steele. That was an excellent play by Reeves, headed for center field for a base hit by the other Reeves. And I said Audrey was on the mound. Ava's on the mound. Audrey made the play at second. But that is an error on the first baseman, and I'm not sure what Steele is doing. She's just dropping balls that are right there. That'll give Brisa Aguirre Garcia a chance to hit. Singled, walked, and hit by a pitch. Been on base 3 times. Yeah, very odd that your first baseman drops balls, and she already made 2 plays in the inning. Brisa's got 2 home runs. Pitch is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. That's 2 home runs, not this game, this season. They could use another one right now, leading 11-10 in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch, and that one skips to the screen. Lefevre to the plate, she slides, she is going to be out. As the catcher Mraz came back and dove towards Lefevre and tags Lefevre right before her right foot slid across home plate. And that's the way the bottom of the 4th inning ends. The Bee Diggers in the frame, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and a base runner left. We head to the 5th inning in Brush. It's Brush 11, Sterling 10 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. A strike to begin the 5th inning. From Avery Lefevre to Emmy Farquhar, the number 9 hitter, struck out looking twice. 11-10 Brush. And the pitch. That is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Farquhar, Emerson, and Reeves. 9-1-2 for Sterling in the 5th inning. The Bee Diggers have not scored since the 2nd. That's why they have to keep it at bay right now. The pitch. Swung on and grounded right side. Hernandez to her left is going to toss it to first for the out. Oh, man, getting down that line was Farquhar, but the out is recorded. Good play by Hernandez. And that brings up Haley Emerson. 3 for 3. A bunt single and then 2 conventional base hits. Can they get her out for the first time in the game? Lefevre gets the sign. The pitch. Changeup is very high. 1 ball and no strikes, approaching 100 pitches, which certainly doesn't play a factor in softball like it does in baseball. And the 1-0 offering in the dirt, 2-0. She fell behind 3-0 before she came back and forced Emerson to put the ball in play, which resulted in a base hit anyway. 2-0. Lefevre throws a strike on the inside corner. Count on Wiggins Electric for quick, efficient, and courteous service to keep you up and running. That's Wiggins Electric. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, bases empty. 11-10 Brush in the 5th inning. Oh, threw a changeup. That was very high. 3-1. Yeah, got to go Heat right now. Lefevre has only issued 2 walks in the game. 3-1 pitch. Ooh, a strike at the bottom of the zone. That was close. Any lower, that's ball 4. I mean, any lower by a fraction. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Avery ready. Emerson awaits. The pitch. Swung on, grounded right side. Hernandez to her left. Throws to first and going to call her out. Oh, my gosh, that was a terrible call. Oh, Sterling, they got robbed there. There is no doubt that Emerson was safe. And the fans don't like that at all. There's 2 down. That was awful. Yeah, she beat it out. I mean, I don't even know how you call that an out at first base. Now there's going to be a discussion between the head coach and the home plate umpire, Kevin Fergus. But clearly Emerson was safe at first. Here's Audrey Reeves with 2 down and the bases empty. Biediger's catch an incredible break. I mean, and it wasn't close either. The pitch, swung on, grounded to short. Big Sunday hop for Aguirre Garcia, throws it into the ground, and it's off the glove of Haluska into foul territory. And to second base is going to be Audrey Reeves, and Brisa's really struggled this year. That's her 8th error. She tried to rush it and made a bad throw. Here's Addison Steele. Homered, grounded out, and tripled. And that would have scored the tying run. Or at least gotten Emerson to third. So Steele at 2 for 3. Yeah, you cannot rush it, even if it's a speedy hitter. You just got to go up there and set yourself as a shortstop and throw to first. Made a very bad throw. Well, if Sterling scores in this inning, it will be unearned. Lefevre ready. And the pitch to Steele. Swung on, grounded up the middle, and fielded by Aguirre Garcia. Throw to first for the out. That was headed for center field, and Brisa made an outstanding play. Holy mahungus. I mean, that was a ball that was definitely ticketed for center field, and she throws out Addison Steele 1 pitch after committing an error. No runs on no hits. 1 error and a base runner left to the bottom of the 5th. It's Brush 11, Sterling 10 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, this could be dangerous for Sterling because Aguirre Garcia just made a sparkling play to her left. As the ball was headed for center field, it would have tied the game on a base hit. Now she's leading off the inning. Against Reeves, the pitch swung on and grounded foul, third base side. So many times in baseball or softball, you see a great defensive play followed up by a big offensive one. No balls and 1 strike. To Brisa. The Biediggers lead by a run in the bottom of the 5th inning. The left-hander Reeves delivers, and that's up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to the shortstop, Aguirre Garcia. The pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Keep in mind, Brisa has not been retired today. Singled, walked, hit by a pitch. And the 2-1. And that one went behind her. 3-1. Well, there might be a reason that Reeves is not a full-time starter in the circle. I mean, she looks pretty swift out there, but having some issues with the strike zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ball got loose on the right side. Now they'll resume play. The pitch. That's high. It's a walk. And Brisa's on base again. Reese Lambert has popped out, grounded into a fielder's choice, and walked. She is 0 for 2 in the game. Now bats against Ava Reeves. The pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup. Totally had her out in front. No balls and 1 strike. And the offering squaring to bunt and lays it down foul to the screen. And the Bee Diggers will have a pinch hitter coming up. That looks like Caitlin Johnson is on deck. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside throw to first and a close play. And back in there is Brisa. 1-2 to Reese Lambert. And the pitch, very high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ready to go, the pitch. Swung on and tapped foul, third base side. Two and two to Reese Lambert. And the pitch, low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, it's been a battle for Sterling pitching today, without a doubt. Awaiting the offering. Swung on, grounder to third. Nice play. The throw to second, that's 1, and no throw to first. 5-4 on the fielder's choice from Palzer to Reeves, 1 down. And that ball was hit sharply by Lambert, but the play was made.
Number 11,
Caitlin Johnson is now the hitter in Haluska spot. So they make the change in the bottom of the 5th inning with Brush leading Sterling 11-10. Right-handed hitter against the lefty Reeves. Awaiting the pitch is Johnson. Here it is. Way outside. Throw back to first, and back in diving is Lambert. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson with a limited number of at-bats this year. 0 for 3. And the offering. That bounces in and bounces away. And the wild pitch, Lambert to second. Two balls and no strikes. To Caitlin Johnson. The lefty to the plate. Very high, 3-0. Ludgate is on deck. And the pitch. And that one bounces to the backstop. On the wild pitch, Lambert to third. It's a walk. And Ludgate has singled twice and struck out.
now batting number 5, Brianna Ludgate.
Let's see if Brianna can deliver with an 11-10 Brush lead, first and third in the bottom of the 5th inning. Awaiting the pitch, here it is. Upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Oh man, Ava Reeves is real. I can't believe nobody's walked out there to talk to her. She cannot find the zone at all. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And why are you swinging at that pitch? Runner to second. And now breaking for the plate is Lambert to throw the tag. She's out. She is out. That's the second time in as many innings the Bee Diggers have had a runner gunned down at home plate. And it's 0-1 on Ludgate. Tried to get to the plate on the back end of a double steal and was tagged out by Kenna Mraz. 0-1 on Ludgate. Those 2 plays could really hurt the Bee Diggers. The pitch off the glove again And now Johnson to third. Another wild pitch. Yeah, the Bee Diggers cannot give Sterling outs. It's tough to hold down that offense. Sterling has been held off the board 2 of the last 3 innings, but the Bee Diggers have not scored since the second. And they need a base hit from Ludgate to get a run across. Swing and a miss on a changeup, and she strikes out. And that was actually a 1-2 pitch, not a 1-1 pitch. And the Bee Diggers are done in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. To the 6th we go. The Bee Diggers are clinging to a 1-run lead. It's Brush 11, Sterling 10 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. First pitch is up and away to Avon Palzer, 1 for 3 in the game. Into the 6th inning, it's 11-10 Brush. Avery Lefevre, 105 pitches deep. Delivers, and that bounces in. Got to throw strikes now. She's been good the whole game, but got to get it done right now. 2 balls and no strikes. Has only issued 2 walks, and they got to keep it that way. 2-0 pitch. A strike, bottom of the zone. At the knees, it's 2-1. And that wouldn't be a strike with every home plate umpire, but it is here. 2 balls and 1 strike. 4, 5, and 6 for Sterling in the visiting half of the 6th inning. And stepping off is Lefevre. Well, if you record 6 outs without a run being scored, you've won the game. But it's a high-scoring game, and the Bee Diggers have not been able to score since the 7-run second. 2 balls and 1 strike. Palzer awaits the pitch. That is on the inside corner, strike 2. That's a heck of a pitch by Lefevre. Avery Lefevre has struck out 5. That was all in the early going. Sterling making contact over the last few innings. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The offering. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was in the dirt. No tag applied because Palzer's running back towards the dugout, 1 down. You don't want to say 5 outs to go because it's tough getting every out. Mackenzie Beck has been big in the game. A single, a fielder's choice, and a double. 2 for 3. Avery Lefevre delivers in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. 66 strikes, 44 balls for the senior right-hander. Looking to beat a Sterling team that is 10-3-1 going into the game, with the Bee Diggers only at 5-6 and Brush is 0-4 in league play. The offering bounces at the plate, 2-0. Hopefully not getting tired. Second straight hitter she's fallen behind, 2-0. You're going to get to the top of the lineup unless you retire every hitter from here on out, which is not going to be easy at all, especially since you just bounced that one up there, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to Mackenzie Beck. The Bee Diggers are being out-hit in this game 13-7, but that doesn't matter. They lead 11-10. And the offering. That's right down the middle, strike 1. I don't think the first strike percentage is that good for Lefevre, but she seems to come back. Yeah, 53% first strike percentage. That's not very good, but somehow has only issued 2 walks. And the 3-1. Swung on and lined on 1 hop to Aguirre Garcia. Throw to first is right there. What a play, and that's a new first baseman in Johnson. 2 down. That was a hot shot on 1 hop to Brisa, and she's made 2 outstanding defensive plays. Here's Kenna Mraz, who is 2 for 3. A strikeout and 2 base hits. And what about Lefevre coming back against the first 2 hitters down 2-0 and retiring both? The pitch, swung on and tapped foul behind the plate. No balls and 1 strike. This is weird how that happens in either baseball or softball. You have lots of runs scored, then all of a sudden it turns into a pitching/defensive duel. 0-1 to Mraz. The offering. Swung on line towards right field. Molly Wolf cannot get to that softball. It continues to roll towards the fence. She's going to throw it back in. It's a 2-out double for Mraz. And Sterling has 14 hits in the game. And the tying run is at second base for Ava Reeves, who has struck out, walked, and singled. And Beret will be the courtesy runner at second for Sterling. Well, a big batter to retire in Ava Reeves. That was a solid swing by Mraz. The pitch squaring to bunt, and that's a strike. On the outer half, belt high, it's 0-1. Brush did have an 11-6 lead in the game. Sterling has scored the last 4 runs. That was all in the 4th inning. We're in the top of the 6th, 2 down and 1 on. Looking in, Lefevre to the plate, upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ellie Soper, a very solid number 8 hitter, is on deck. 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup for Sterling. This is one of them. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside corner. It's 1-2, and Lefevre looked like she took something off of that. Lefevre's got 6 strikeouts in the game, including 1 to begin this inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ava Reeves awaits the pitch. Up and in, 2-2. And Sterling has made some decent contact the last 2 innings, but Alicia's made some plays at second, and of course, Brisa Aguirre Garcia at short. It'll be a 2-2 pitch from the right-hander. Here it is. Inside. That back Reeves off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. What can Lefevre come up with here? She's been a gamer the entire game. At second is Beret with 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch swung on and tapped foul to the backstop. Oh, just got a piece of that softball. Remains at 3-2. Is this going to be the payoff pitch? Lefevre delivers very high. It's a walk, and Reeves is on. Here's Soper, who has singled to center, grounded to third, and grounded to second. A base hit can tie the game. An extra base hit could give Sterling the lead. So Soper will step inside the batter's box. Only the 3rd walk issued by Avery Lefevre. And the 9 hitters on deck. Get this hitter out. That's a strike down the middle. No balls and 1 strike. Three runs in the first inning, 3 in the second, 4 in the fourth for Sterling. 4 in the first, 7 in the second. And that's it for Brush. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch swung on and tapped to short. Charging is Aguirre Garcia. Throw to first is right there. And the inning is over. Yeah, for some reason, there was a little bit of hesitancy at first, like the foot was pulled. But the out is recorded. The out is recorded at first base. There might have been a foot pulled. I know Haluska had her foot pulled earlier, and still the out was recorded. But there, it looked like the throw did beat Ellie Soper. And that half inning is over. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 2 left to the bottom of the 6th in 1 minute. The score, Brush 11, Sterling 10 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Watching the replay here on Paul Deneen's camera, and the foot was definitely on the bag. That is so close at first. and it appears the base runner was safe. But boy, I'm not sure. Boy, that's so close. Bang, bang. I mean, there's no doubt that Emerson, who was called safe earlier, or out earlier, was safe. Here's Michelle Headley. Brush leads 11-10. Pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Yep. And Paul's saying she was safe, and I think looking at it, but it was a bang, bang play at first. Headley is 1 for 3. That pitch is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers looking for an insurance run or more in the bottom of the 6th inning. That's high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Headley, Castillo, and Wolf for Brush. The left-hander swing and a miss. Excuse me. This wind all of a sudden got right into my throat. 2-2. A fielder's choice, a base hit, and a ground out for Headley. Right-handed hitter. The offering. And that is a called strike 3. Yep. She's a tall hitter. That's going to be called a strike every time. That's a ball on most hitters, but not somebody that's that tall. On the inside corner, it looked high maybe from another angle, but that's your tallest hitter, and that strike zone expands with a taller hitter. 1 down. Karime Castillo's grounded out, a board on an air, and grounded out again. The offering, up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Sterling will send up the 9-1 and 2 hitters in the 7th. And Reeves to the plate. Swung on line, base hit left field. That will be Brush's 8th hit of the game and the first for Castillo. And here is Molly Wolf, and that's big because that will bring up Avery Lefevre unless the Bee Diggers commit a base running mistake. Well, check that. It'll be Schrum instead. Molly Wolf struck out, walked, and popped out. Schrum will hit in her spot. And Schrum's got some speed. If she can lay one down. And we've also got a courtesy runner at first. For the Bee Diggers, that is Gracie Martinez. So Martinez at first, Schrum at the plate. The pitch. In the dirt, that's going to skip away, and Martinez to second on the wild pitch. Well, a base hit could give the Bee Diggers a 2-run lead. Up 11-10 in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 ball and no strikes to Angelique Schrum. And the offering. Swung on line, base hit down the right field line. Emerson picks it up in the corner, rounding third, headed towards the plate to throw the slide, and in there is going to be the courtesy runner. Gracie Martinez, the base hit from Angelique Schrum, makes it 12-10 Brush. Well, let's see if Avery Lefevre, she's been aboard all 4 times, 2 walks, an error, and a single, can provide even more punch for the Bee Diggers. Their first run since the 2nd inning. Right-handed hitter is Lefevre. The offering. Swung on and tapped foul, third base side. No balls and 1 strike. That gives Brush a little bit of cushion going into the top of the 7th inning, but you want more. And if you can get Brisa up there, it would make it even much easier. No balls and 1 strike to Avery Lefevre. The pitch. That is a little bit high. Runner to second. The throw to tag. And out by a mile is Angelique Schrum. Not sure what happened there, but she misread it. And that's a huge base running mistake. Because now you might not even get Alicia Hernandez up there. And you were going to guarantee an at-bat for her, but it's not going to happen unless Lefevre gets on. 1-1. And the offering. That's high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Avery Lefevre. Brush 12, Sterling 10, bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch in the dirt. And Brush's base running in the last 3 innings has been atrocious. They've had 2 runners thrown out at the plate and 1 at second. The pitch. Whoa, that's a walk. I thought it hit the corner. Ball 4. And actually, when Lefevre got thrown out at the plate trying to score on the wild pitch, that was good base running. That was just a better play. But the other 2, you can't have players get thrown out like that easily. Hernandez is 2 for 4. Here's the offering. Swung on, grounded left field. That's a base hit for Hernandez. And Lefevre to second. Here comes Brisa. Oh, this is a shot to break this thing. Not wide open. A single, a walk, a hit batter, and another walk. 1 for 1. We might have a courtesy runner at first for more speed behind Lefevre. And awaiting the change. Bay Diggers have Alyssa Sanchez out there. So Lefevre and Sanchez on the bases. And you've got one of the best hitters in all of 3A at the plate, and Brisa Aguirre Garcia. Up 12 to 10, 2 on, 2 out, 1 across in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch in the dirt. The one thing you do not want to happen is have a base runner thrown out with Aguirre Garcia still in the batter's box. Let her hit. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, lined, and caught! Holy Mahungus, what a catch by Soper at short. To her left, she snagged it out of the air, robbing Brisa of a base hit. And the Bay Diggers are limited to 1 run in the bottom of the 6th inning on a couple of base hits. We head to the 7th. The Bay Diggers are 3 outs away from posting their first Patriot League win. It's Brush 12, Sterling 10 on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Emmy Farquhar leads off the 7th. For Sterling, she struck out twice and grounded out. The Bay Diggers lead the Tigers 12 to 10. And this record-wise would be considered a little bit of an upset, with Brush only at 5 and 6, and Sterling coming off a 20 to 7 victory over Resurrection Christian at 10, 3 and 1. Ava Lefevre getting ready to deliver. Avery to the plate, up and away. This is the time to throw strikes. Allow Sterling to hit the ball, because you've got Emerson and Audrey Reeves coming up. Allow your defense to make plays and get out of here with a victory. Don't think about the situation. Oh boy, that's down and away, 2-0. At some point, falling behind hitters is going to come back to hurt you. Again, her first strike percentage is barely over 50%. That's dodging a lot of bullets. 2-0. That's a strike at bottom of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike to Emmy Farquhar. Got to keep it going for Lefevre. You don't want Emerson up there with somebody on base either. That makes it that much more difficult. 2-1. The pitch. Swung on and grounded right side. Charging Hernandez, gloves it, and then underhands to first and threw it away. That'll be an error on the second baseman, Hernandez. Didn't field it cleanly, then tried to make an underhand toss, and it sailed over the head of the first baseman. Bay Diggers have committed their 5th error of the game, matching Sterling's total. Here's Emerson, a bunt, single, 2 other singles, and a ground out, 3 for 4. This is getting dicey for Brush. And the pitch squaring to bunt, and it's low, 1 ball and no strikes. And again, just cannot get ahead of hitters consistently. That's been the case for all these pitchers, falling behind. But first pitch strike percentage for the visitors, 60% for each pitcher, 54% here for Lefevre. 1-0. High, runner to second. Throw is going to be up the shortstop side. Stolen base for Farquhar. And 2 balls and no strikes. Well, the runner at second doesn't mean anything. You get the hitters, and they can score a run. You still win the game. 2-0 to Haley Emerson. The pitch swung on, grounded up the middle. Backhand, nope, base hit into center field. The run score is 12-11. As Hernandez tried to backhand it, but just hit too hard. And the 4th hit of the game for Haley Emerson. Here's Audrey Reeves, who's walked, singled, a sac fly, and a board on an error. 1 for 2. Still nobody out in the 7th. Sterling scores for the first time since the 4th inning, squaring to bunt. And it's off the glove of the catcher, Ludgate. It is a strike. But Emerson to second. Off the pass ball. Well, the Bay Diggers do not want to hit in the 7th, but if they tie this game, that's what's going to happen. No balls and 1 strike. Reeves back in the box. And the pitch up and away. They got to keep her close. They don't want to steal here, because if not, then the Bay Diggers are going to have to play the infield in. 1-1. We have played well over 2 hours. Laying down the sign is Ludgate. Pitch to Reeves. That is down and in. 2 balls and a strike. Sterling with 15 hits in the game. The Bay Diggers have 10. The lights are not on here, which is a surprise. It's pretty gloomy. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Threw that right by her, had some English to it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Audrey Reeves. Huge hitter to retire of your Lefevre. Got to get her out. 2-2, nobody out. In the 7th, the pitch. Swung on, line to left field. A base hit, and then the ball gets by Castillo, and it goes underneath the fence for an automatic double. It's tied at 12. Tied at 12. And here's Addison Steele. Steele with a homer, a ground out, a triple, and grounded out again. She can give Sterling the lead. And the pitch, up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Again, the inning started with an error, and those errors will kill you. Got to make plays in the infield. It did not happen. And then it exploded from there. A mini explosion, but it's getting ready to get out of hand if the Bay Diggers don't do something. 1 ball and no strikes to Steele. The pitch squaring to bunt, and that one skips to the backstop. Reeves to third. And again, Lefevre falling behind. And the infield should be playing in now. Tied at 12 in the 7th. 2-0 to Reeves. Check it, 2-0 to Steele. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a ball tailing away. 2-1. At third is Audrey Reeves. 2 balls, 1 strike to Addison Steele. And the pitch. Upstairs, 3-1. Doesn't get much easier. Paulser's on deck, then Beck. 3 balls and 1 strike. And to the plate. Swung on, popped up. Right side into shallow right field. It's a base hit. Here comes Reeves on a Texas Leaguer. Third hit of the game for Steele. Sterling 13, Brush 12. Here's Avon Paulser. That was just placed perfectly by Addison Steele. Paulser's 1 for 4. And the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. And now runner caught between first and second. Go to second to tag and safe. That was, and Steele's got the bag. No balls and 1 strike. Sterling has scored 3 in the 7th to lead Brush 13-12. And the pitch. Up. Oh, a strike. Ooh. Boy, Paulser wasn't sure about that. I think that was too high. I think the Bee Diggers caught a break. No balls and 2 strikes. Awaiting the pitch to Avon Paulser with a runner at second. The offering swung on, grounded foul along the third baseline. Lefevre has thrown 144 pitches. Still bringing it, but Sterling has overtaken Brush. They were down 11-6, down 12-10. The offering, swing and a miss. Second time that Paulser struck out. She's 1 for 5. First out of the inning. Mackenzie Beck has singled, grounded into a fielder's choice, doubled and grounded out. She's 2 for 4. Still got to get these 2 outs and not allow a run to score to keep it as close as it is right now. The pitch, up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. The Bee Diggers have squandered opportunities, leaving 9 on base in the game. Sterling has stranded only 7. And those base runners thrown out at the plate have really hurt Brush. Change-up bounces in, and again, Lefevre falls behind 2-0. I mean, her strike-to-ball ratio is not bad for a pitcher that has fallen behind so many hitters. But somehow she's got a lot of moxie. And she comes back. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, grounded right back to the circle. Lefevre to first for the out. Runner to third, 2 down. Good play by Lefevre on that sharp bouncer. Here's Kenna Mraz. She's had a big game. After she struck out, she singled twice and doubled. And in fact, you look at this Sterling lineup, their top 4 have combined for 11 RBIs. Mraz does not have an RBI in this game despite the 3 hits. The pitch. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat to the right side. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 0-1 here to Kenna Mraz. At third is Addison Steele. Sterling leads by a run. Bounces in. Yeah, Ludgate does not want to throw towards third. Don't want a throwing error here, especially with both teams committing 5 errors. The Bee Diggers will have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down the pitch, and that bounces, but again, Ludgate blocks it. Avery's got to get it to the plate. She is testing her catcher right now, and I get it. She's thrown a lot of pitches, over 150, but 1 more. It's just 1 more at this point. 2 balls and 1 strike. With 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Avery Lefevre to the plate. Swing and a miss. That was in the dirt. Mraz went fishing there. It's 2-2. 1 pitch away from sending this to the 7th, or the bottom of the 7th, that is, at 13-12. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lefevre ready. The pitch. Swung on, grounded into right field for a base hit. I'm not sure why Johnson let that go. She should have tried to backhand that. And scoring is Steele. It's 14-12. She had a shot to backhand that, then kind of backed off. I thought that she thought that Hernandez would get to that, but she was much, much closer to that softball. It's an insurance run for Sterling. Here's Ava Reeves, who has struck out, walked twice, and singled. 1 for 2 in the game. Squaring to bunt. The pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Ellie Soper's on deck. We have played almost 2 hours and 20 minutes. Reeves has been on base 3 times, the last 3 times. The offering, swing and a miss and a pitch up in the zone. It's 0-2. Sterling had a 4-run inning in the 4th. They've matched that in the 7th after 3 apiece in the 1st and 2nd. Bee Diggers have played some high-scoring games this season, especially at home. The pitch, that is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Reeves strikes out looking. But Sterling has taken the lead as the Tigers in the frame. An inning that began with a brush error. 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 left to the bottom of the 7th in 1 minute. Excuse me. Sterling 14, Brush 12 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Reese Lambert, Caitlin Johnson, and Brianna Ludgate against left-hander Ava Reeves. The pitch, down and away. Lambert has popped out, hit into 2 fielders' choices, and walked in her 3rd plate appearance. She's 0 for 3. Sterling looking for the come-from-behind victory. The pitch, that's upstairs. It's 2-0. Reeves in relief of the starter. Dempsey has thrown 54 pitches. And the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Oh, my gosh. That pitch barely got to the plate. I mean, at some point, if a pitcher's struggling, what a huge mistake that was, swinging at that pitch by Lambert. It's 2-1. The offering, and that's up and in. That would have been ball 4. Hopefully she'll still walk. But at 3-1, that's got to be a beach ball down the middle. A beach ball. You cannot swing at anything low or high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch to Lambert. Swung on and lifted foul and out of play. That was a strike, 3-2. You got to be real sure now if you're the Bee Digger hitter. 3 balls and 2 strikes. To lead off the bottom of the 7th, Sterling leads 14-12. Lambert's done an excellent job of making contact in this game. As the ball comes in from the outfield, 3-2. Brush led 12-10 going into the top of the 7th. Sterling has rallied. 3-2. And check swing, foul, a dive into foul territory by Steele on that flare. Nearly made an unbelievable catch, but it's just a foul ball. Nice job of Lambert staying alive in the count. It'll be another 3-2 pitch to Reese Lambert coming up from the left-hander, Ava Reeves. Ready. The pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly to short. Charging is Soper. Fields throws to first, and that is going to be in time. No, she's off the bag. Off the bag. And that'll be an error on Sterling. The throw was in time, but off the bag was the first baseman Steele on the low throw. And Sterling has committed their 6th error. Here's Caitlin Johnson, walked her first time up. The pitch, up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Throw back to first and nearly skipped. Well, it got away a little bit. Yeah, if you're Sterling, you don't want to throw this thing around.
Come on, roll it up.
1-0 to Johnson. Sterling 14, Brush 12. We'll have a short post-game show. The pitch down the middle for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brianna Ludgate is on deck. Bee Diggers need 3 to win. Up and in, 2-1. Well, the Sterling 7th began with a brush error, and they scored 4 runs. Bee Diggers don't need 4. The pitch, right there for a strike, down the middle at the knees. 2-2 to Caitlin Johnson. Brush lost a heartbreaker to Weld Central earlier this year, 16-14 earlier this month. In the dirt, skips away, and Lambert to second. On the wild pitch, it's 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Caitlin Johnson. The pitch in the dirt. She's going to walk. That should be ball 4. She didn't know it, but and now the third is Lambert. She took off. Aggressive base running pays off. First and third. Here's Ludgate.
Now batting number 5, Brianna.
The winning run is at home plate. 2 singles and 2 strikeouts. Well, yeah, we're going to have a courtesy runner at first. See who that is. We will have a courtesy runner. Let's see, the courtesy runner at first is Gabby Carranza. So Lambert and Carranza on the bases for Ludgate. The pitch swung on and grounded left side, and the play's going to come to the plate to slide and out. Wow. Lambert has been eliminated at the plate the 3rd time the Bee Diggers have had a runner thrown out at the plate. Fielder's choice will go 5-2. Now you do have runners at first and second for Michelle Headley, who is 1 for 4. And Castillo had a base hitter last time up. She's on deck. So you're not out of the woods yet of your Sterling. So Headley will step in. Here we go. Lefty against righty. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch tailing into Michelle Headley. It's 0-1. She singled in her second at bat. She struck out looking in her last plate appearance. No balls and 1 strike. The offering, that is just outside. Wow. That barely missed. 1-1 to Michelle Headley. First and second with 1 out. The offering, top of the zone. That's strike 2. That's a good call. 1-2 to Headley. She's got to swing away. She's got a bigger strike zone than anybody else because of her height. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and lifted and caught by the second baseman. Throw to first, game over. Doubled up is Carranza at first base, and the Sterling Tigers have pulled it off on a double play to end the game. Final score, Sterling 14, Brush 12. Post-game shows brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. 14 runs, 18 hits, 6 errors, 8 left on base for Sterling. 12 runs, 10 hits, 5 errors, 10 left on base for Brush. The winning pitcher in relief, Ava Reeves. The loss went to Avery Lefevre. Time of the game, 2 hours and 28 minutes. Sterling took a 3-0 lead, getting a 2-run homer from Addison Steele in the first inning. The Bee Diggers got a solo home run from Alicia Hernandez that made it 3-2. Then they tied the game at 3. Sterling went up 6-3. Then 7 runs for Brush gave them an 11-6 lead. And that was only in the bottom of the second inning. Alicia scored in a wild pitch. Brianna Ludgate had a 2-run single. Michelle Headley with an RBI single. Kareem Castillo drove in a run. Avery Lefevre with a run scoring double, but then Brush scored just one run after that. And the top of the 7 started with an error, and the Tigers rallied to win the game 14-12. Bee Diggers dropped to 0-5 in league play, 5-7 overall. And Sterling now has a record of 11-3-1. And they are 4-1 in Patriot League play. Bee Diggers back in action coming up right here on 10-10. They'll play at the Northridge Invitational tomorrow and Saturday, but we'll have the game coming up on Tuesday right here against the Platte Valley Broncos beginning at 4 o'clock. Well, it was quite a game, but the Bee Diggers have lost a high-scoring affair in double digits for the second time at home this season, once to Weld Central and this time to Sterling. I'm John Beltran. Have a great night, and God bless with a final score. Sterling 14, Brush 12 on 10-10 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.